I'm Caitlin Bennett, and I'm about to go into my racial sensitivity training to try to learn to be less white.
My name is Caitlin Bennett. I just got done with my racial sensitivity interview, and I'm less white now, as you can see.
You should get a brown dude. And now I'm brown. I'm Caitlin Bennett, and I just went through my second racial sensitivity training.
And now I'm brown.
Apparently, there are some companies out there telling their employees to be less white so that they can be more inclusive. We are here in Clearwater to see if people know what the heck that means and if they even agree with it. Let's go see. How could your friend here be less white?
What could I do?
Paint your face black.
How would you be less white? I don't know. Don't go to the beach?
I don't know how someone tells you to be less white. Hey, can you be less black for me? Like, what does that mean?
Welcome to Clearwater. Subscribe to Liberty Hangout.
Yes, you sing it. Come on, you sing it. This was ready for you.
All right, guys. Let me down. Let me down.
What's your name?
Jenna.
Jenna?
Genitalia.
What are you filming for? That was funny.
Companies are doing a racial sensitivity training where they're telling white people to be less white.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good first step?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like white people can like enjoy other cultures and like.
No, they're saying be less white, as in like be less ignorant, be less oppressive.
We should. We should be less ignorant. We should.
I'm ignorant.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying we as a whole should be.
Really?
Yeah.
You think white people are ignorant?
Yeah, I do. Theo, you want to chime in?
Like a breeze.
Do you think white people should be less
Country
ignorant?
roads. Everybody should be less ignorant. But yeah, I think there is definitely a problem with white people and just not understanding our privilege. So yeah.
What? Privilege? What's that mean?
Privilege? Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't had to worry about just because of my skin color.
Like what?
Like when I get pulled over, I'm like, oh damn, am I gonna get like a ticket? I'm not like, oh damn, like, is this my last time getting pulled over? It's just a
What
different
statistic do you drive that from?
world. What statistic do I derive it from?
Where's that fear? Where's that comparison and that information? Where do you get that opinion?
Reality, bro.
Reality? Do you have any numbers to back it up?
Do I look like an expert to you? I'm a kid at the beach.
You said white privilege.
Have a good time.
You said white privilege. If I'm privileged, I want to know about it.
Well then look, you have to research. It's not my job to educate you.
Yeah.
It's your job to educate yourself.
I did educate myself and I found out that I'm not privileged.
In what way are you not privileged?
No.
That's why I tried to back out of this to begin with. Y'all have a good day.
I did the research. I'm not privileged at all. I actually get people do trainings telling me to be less of my skin color. I don't get points for being in school because of my skin color. I don't get companies out there donating money to me because of my skin color. I don't get any of that. But I'm the privileged one. Interesting. You said you were 12.
Yeah.
I know for a fact you're at least 7, not 12.
7?
Yeah, I think you're lying about your age. I think you're 10.
Why would you lie?
11 and a half.
11 and a half. All right, happy birthday. I assume you just had a half birthday. Hi guys, how are you doing? Okay, so then we're gonna go down the line. There are companies out there giving racial diversity seminars, and they're telling white people to be less white as a way to get them to be more diverse and racially inclusive.
How do you be less white?
That's what I'm asking you guys.
I don't know how they would ask that.
If you just wanted to like tone down a little bit, I'll come to you. I know you want my attention and you're very flattered, but one second. How do you be less white?
I don't know.
Can you help us out?
I don't know, I'm black.
That's one.
So I'm just trying to figure out how could your friend here be less white?
What could I do, Sean?
Paint your face black.
But that's racist.
I know.
I think he's trying to set you up to fail.
He might be.
Just a little bit.
What do you do that you could be less white? What do you do as a white person?
I think when I'm a white person, I'm like privileged.
Are you?
No.
No. Is he privileged?
No comment.
All right, I'll take that as a no.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's a hard question.
What are you in
As promised, guys, we are back out here on the road bringing you awesome content. But in order to be able to do this, I need you to support me at patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett. For just $5 a month, you can gain access to my private Facebook group where you and I can talk one-on-one and we can meet like-minded people. Patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett. Thank you, guys. Can you help me understand what I should do to be less white?
To be less white? Goody, how could she be less white?
How can she be less white about what?
About just her race. I don't know.
How can she be less white about her race? Is it like understanding like your people, or like what is the context in this question? Like I just don't get it. Like how'd you?
So some companies are having racial sensitivity seminars.
Yeah.
And one slide told white people they can be less white. And what could I do?
To be less white.
Yes.
I mean, I think diversity is a beautiful thing. So like just surround yourself with some beautiful, diverse people, and that's just gonna help you understand life a little bit better. That's just in general.
That doesn't help me be less white.
That's their problem. I don't know how someone tells you to be less white. Hey, can you be less black for me? Like, what does that mean? Like, explain. So I don't know. That's weird. We got birds. I think you want to interview these birds too.
I don't know. They're pretty white. I don't want to talk to them.
Be less white. Go tell them to interview those birds. Can y'all be less white? We're trying to have diversity and inclusion here in this company. Yeah.
But no, racial sensitivity training. I've never had one, so I can't really give my, you know what I mean?
You're asking a brown man and a black man about racial sensitivity training. I mean, like, we live with it. Like, and they gotta train y'all. Like, that's crazy. I just, look.
Like we're dogs or something?
Yeah, no, I was like.
How did you get less white? I see the gray on ya. Hey, you got any tips?
You are the most unbelievable human being I have ever met in my entire life.
I'm so unbelievable and smart and beautiful. I'm a high IQ genius. They've never been around someone so smart as me, and I'm very honored. All right, we got the peanut gallery out. Hi, how are you? What? Why? Why? You have anything intelligent to say? Why?
Ignorant, you're a piece of shit.
The only one making them sound stupid is you right now.
Go somewhere else.
Oh my gosh. Sorry she was so mad at you. Can't believe she was talking about you guys like that.
What do you mean? It was you.
No, she was definitely talking about you. I'm perfect. Everyone loves me.
Let's go with the questions.
Okay, here we go. Big companies are having a training session that include slides about how to be less white. Do you think that would increase diversity and inclusion in the workplace, or not so much?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. How would you advise him to be less white?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You said it was a good idea. You tell me. If your friend over here, to increase inclusion and diversity in the workplace, how could he be less white?
Why does it matter if we're just including more people? He should be him.
Yeah. I agree. Just big companies like, maybe soda companies are telling their employees to be less white. And I'm asking people today because I must be stupid because I don't understand what that means.
I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I think I'm fine the way I am. Am I supposed to eat less tuna casserole? What do white people do? Listen to Bon Jovi? I mean...
Yeah, they do, yeah. They listen to Bon Jovi, Eminem.
Yep. Tom McDonald. We listen to some Tom McDonald. So,
yeah.
All right, so no advice?
No.
Okay. Any advice for the fellow white people out there? How do we be less white?
Be yourself. It's racist to say that, honestly. Yeah.
You can't be racist to white people, right? I don't know, is what I heard. To watch the full uncensored version of this video, plus behind the scenes content that you can only get at libertyhangout.tv, sign up at libertyhangout.tv. It's great footage. You support my work. It's a good time over there. See you there. Their slideshows include slides about how to be less white. Do you think this is a good approach to increase racial inclusivity?
How to be less white? I don't know. I don't think it really matters. I think it depends on who you are as a person, your character, how you carry yourself. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Changing times. So
If that it is. If you were to sit through a seminar about how to be less white, what would you assume they would tell you?
how to respect other people and their differences, but I don't know.
What's that have to do with white people?
I don't know.
I'm coming to you.
It's a tough question.
I'm coming to you. How can I be less white?
Be less white? I mean, how do you be less white? I don't know. How would you be less white? I don't know. Don't go to the beach, right? You won't get tan. Don't put sunscreen on. Yeah.
What?
Don't put sunscreen on. Then you're red. Then you're red. How do you be less white? I don't know. Don't be a Karen. Don't complain and stuff, right? People for no reason. I don't know.
I guess.
How would you say?
What's the whitest thing that you do?
The whitest thing you could do? Maybe when you get pulled over, you just kind of get set free because you're white, maybe? Usually.
We should ask Joel Patrick about that.
Right? That's what I would say.
This is actually the list. That's a slide I was talking about, so I'm not lying. Read it out for me.
Be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with empathy, break with white solidarity. Oh my goodness, who came up with this?
Her name, I forget her name, but yeah, so I mean
like the person who probably came up with this needs to be less white. Like, like what is this list? Like,
be less.
Yeah, how to be less white? Okay, yeah. Like, who made this list? A white person?
That's a good question.
A white person is making a list of how to be less white. Wow, beautiful. Like, what is going on here? What? That makes no sense to me. I'm sorry. It doesn't make.
Do you
any
think these are just attributes of white people in general?
No, like I have a lot of white friends and I get along with them. Like I can't like imagine any of them being any of this. It's just, I mean, there's just arrogant people in the world. Like just tell them to be less arrogant.
Did you hear that they came out with a program and a training session about how to be less white for their white employees?
No, not at all.
I'm gonna ask you because you're not white. Do you think white people should be less white?
No, definitely not. Why? Like,
They said to be more inclusive and diverse, white people should try to be less white. Well, when you hear that, can you guess what being less white would mean? What would I need to do to be less white?
KKK.
Well, that's not even in the picture. That's not even anything they mentioned.
Less white. You guys can't get any more whiter. Like it's where it's at, and it's already bad.
Do I stop listening to Bon Jovi? Do I not eat tuna casserole?
Stop being scared of other, people, colors, don't be nervous if there's, colored people over there or whatever, Mexican, Latino, just be more open.
Do you think that's probably what they meant when they said be less white?
I would probably say probably, yeah, don't be scared, I think it's because all you see on the TV is all different, you don't see white people getting in trouble a lot. It's mostly black people getting in trouble.
Well, what if I told you their guide to being less white means be less oppressive, arrogant, certain, defensive, ignorant, humble. You need to listen more, you need to believe more, you need to break with white apathy and break with white solidarity. Does any of that make any sense to you?
Not at all. No.
I mean, a little bit, but not really, no. I think you need to just be yourself and don't worry about other people and what they are. Just keep to yourself and don't act like you're better than anybody else because you don't know anybody else's what their condition is.
Hi, ladies. I saw you're really excited to see me. We have an important conversation going on today. There's some companies out there who are giving a training session to white people to teach them how to be less white. I was wondering if you have any advice of how I could be less white.
I don't really think it works like that.
It doesn't work like that?
I don't think so.
No, that's what these companies are using. They're using these slides to say how to be less white. Do you have any idea of what they're telling white people to be less of?
No. That's just weird. I think I'm gonna go swimming.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys are so excited to see me. What kind of pictures did you get?
Of what?
Me.
Oh, I don't know.
You didn't get my double chin, right?
I don't know. Maybe
Why would you take pictures with me?
Because you're from Twitter.
No, I'm not from Twitter. Who lives on Twitter? I'm not from Twitter. I'm not from Twitter. Who's from Twitter?
You can take a picture of me if you want.
I'm good. I don't think my audience would enjoy that. Have they ever lost their virginity?
No, actually, none of them. They were all virgins still.
All virgins, huh?
Yeah, they were
all virgins.
Yeah.
That's their issue. They're liberals, aren't they?
Yeah, they're liberals, yeah.
I knew that the testosterone was
It's
a
really
little
low, yeah.
I mean, low. I mean, you can help them out though. You know, supplements out there, all kinds of good
I tried
stuff.
to help them, but they just don't listen.
They don't listen.
They choose not to listen, so I just do what I have to do.
You have to make up for the rest of the crew here. Your
I know.
testosterone is probably off the charts.
Yeah, it's off the charts. That's why I'm sitting here answering all these pop quiz questions.
Yeah, and you're getting all of them right.
And I'm getting all of them right. I'm
Yeah.
kicking ass right now. Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right. Well, since you're soy boys and liberal fruitcakes,
Why you gotta be me? Whoa, relax.
I'm coming to you. It's coming. It's happening. We did. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. I just went through a racial sensitivity training course. Where I work, I have to do racial sensitivity training. And they had a whole slide up there that said white people should be less white.
I think that's just internet stuff to get people mad, you know? You get white people versus black people, it's bad stuff, you know? Get off the internet a little bit, right?
A little bit. Come to the beach, right?
Come to the beach.
Come to the beach. You don't think that was real?
It might have been real, but I think it was put out there for a reason to get people mad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to fight people, so what about love, you know what I mean? This is just surreal right now. I just was watching you like a week ago.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I thought they were just doing some project.
You pop on my YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like?
It's half good and half bad, I won't lie. I won't lie.
People like to lie about me a lot.
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. They don't like me.
I don't want to be one of those guys on the thing though, so I'm not gonna say nothing crazy and reckless.
What don't you like about me?
I think you like to start fights.
My brother's great. I love this kid.
I like to start fights. Who have I ever fought?
It's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like here's this outrageous thing that I've heard. Are you mad about it? And if you're not mad about it, then you're an idiot or I hate you. And then
I've never said anything like that.
it's possible.
Can you prove that?
No, but can you prove that?
Yeah. I'm me, and I've never told anybody that I hate
now.
them.
You see it's happening right now, yo. Can I get a hand?
You're an idiot, and I hate you.
Can we get a selfie?
If you want, yeah.
Oh,
this guy's over here acting like he's sleeping and not listening to what we're saying.
Shit.
See, you're not white. Do you have any advice for me to be less white?
Just agree with diversity and fit in with everybody. Don't judge, and that's all I got.
And
That means don't judge white people.
Most of the people
too.
you think that would be
Definitely, yeah.
most of the people that you think would be like scary or intimidating are kind of the nicest people you ever meet in your life. They just might give off a look or like a motto or whatever, but they're really cool people.
Yeah.
So you just got
The only people I'm slightly scared of are Democrats. They're pretty violent.
really.
Companies are giving a slideshow presentation to white people to tell them to be less white, to diversify and be more inclusive. Do you have any tips for me how to be less white?
No.
Do you? No. Do you think that's a good way to promote diversity in the workplace?
No.
No. All right. You guys look uncomfortable.
Kind of.
And they had a slide up there specifically for white people, and they said that white people need to be less white in order to have inclusivity in the workplace.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Does that make sense? Is that along the right steps?
I wouldn't say less white. I would say a different wording would be white people could possibly be more understanding and a little bit and step back a little bit less when it comes to situations that don't involve them. Because a lot of times, keeping it real,
that's all we ask.
White people like to step in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them. They
Like
like
what?
to put their sense into shit that ain't got nothing to do with them.
Like
Like
what?
anything. Like a conversation.
Anything.
A conversation. But I would say, I would never tell somebody to dim themselves, to tell someone to stop being, stop being them.
Yeah.
I'm not a person I don't like speaking of color anyways. I'm not a big person when it comes to color. I feel like we are all one. I'm very spiritual, and I feel like that we're all human. So at the end of the day, there's only one race. And so I would say for everything to come more smoother, just understand that y'all don't know everything. and that you can't know everything, and that you can't be a part of everything.
They're using a program and a slide that has a section on there telling white people how to be less white. And one of them includes being less oppressive, being less ignorant, be more humble, and break with white solidarity. Do you think that's good advice for white people?
I don't think that's good advice at all. And I did hear that personally just watching, scanning channels. And I don't think that's good advice for white, blacks, or Asian, or whatever. Because I think all people are equal and we all should be treated the same.
My response is that we should be humble. That we're around people that care about how we live. You know what I'm saying? How we is treated. And it wasn't just a black relationship thing. It was white too saying that we was treated unfair. Now, I like that part of it.
There are companies out there that are giving racial sensitivity seminars, and one of them includes a seminar for white people, how to be less white. They say being white is inherently oppressive, ignorant, just mean all around, and they say white people should be more humble and they should listen more. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's a good way to get white people to understand that they're white supremacists? I guess, I don't know.
I don't think it should be targeted to a specific race per se, right? I think these kinds of seminars should be given across the board, just generically how to be humble, because with every group of people, you're gonna find more discriminatory or more extreme people. So I think these seminars are good, just across the board, generalize it for every group of people, not just a specific race or ethnic background.
Why do you think they did specifically aim that to white people?
I think with the whole last elections, like between Trump and Biden, I think there's just been a lot of talk around white supremacy, right? But like I said, I think it should be a generic learn to love, learn to accept and respect everyone, regardless of your background.
I like that. Ladies, how can I be less white? Can you tell me? Can you talk?
Maybe you just sit out in the sun more.
I know, I'm trying, guys. I don't get tan. Any advice?
Nothing specifically on that.
I don't know. Have less dogs. White people love their dogs. I don't have any dogs, so I am winning there. I have to say I have no dogs. Big companies, several companies, are having slides and training sessions for white employees, and they have slides that tell them to be less white.
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that last. For a while, it's been kind of implementing some kind of like racial. They're trying to do like some kind of racial like training for employees and all that kind of stuff to be less. Right, and sensitivity training. Right, yeah.
Do you think telling white employees to be less white is a way to increase diversity and racial sensitivity? I mean, I know why, but why do you say why not?
It doesn't. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of overblown, the identity of white people being just overtly racist and prejudiced and all that stuff. Which there are people out there that are like that. I mean, being a Hispanic man, it's like I see it myself, but I wouldn't say it's even close to a majority. I wouldn't even say it's close to like even a 10% of them. You know what I mean? You'll obviously find the bad in the slums and the city and wherever you go, but a lot of times they don't give a f. I mean, like they like anybody really. It's not like this ain't the 60s. I mean, I get that people still live in that kind of mindset, but that's not the majority. Especially people that are young people. It's like if you're 30 or younger, you have some kind of sense of respect for other people, regardless of their skin, ethnicity, culture, whatever it may be. So
they were insinuating that because of white skin, that person is automatically ignorant. Does that seem prejudiced to you?
Well, it's very prejudiced, just like they say all blacks are the same. If you look at one black, all of them look alike. If one person made a crime and left, and another black and approach, they think it's that person. So I think that's very racial. I don't think it's right to say that word, because white is white, black is black. Human is human. And as long as we realize we are human, we come together as one. Because when we come together as one, we can build. We can make the whole colonization, the city, the world come better together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
we're all here together. Yes. Might as well not be pointing the fingers, right?
Right.
I'm the wrong person to ask for this.
All right, I'll find someone else.
But I don't feel like I'm racist at all. Like I just.
Well, they say that you are because you're white. Did you know that you were racist?
No.
Well, you're not. So.
Okay, good. I don't know if I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, I just don't know if I should work there. Should I quit?
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna quit that job. They're kind of racist. This is Donald Trump's new home. He lives in Florida now, and we're just here hanging out outside of Donald Trump's new home. Hey, what's up? He's doing really well. He gives all of the employees in his house like $50 for no reason. It's just a beautiful place to be, and we're so glad he's here in Florida with us. So thanks, Donald Trump, and I hope you have a good night.